cue the other New Zealand mainstream media highlight of the weekend, a Stuff Hui exclusive on a Maori doctor. Oh, she's got a medical degree, to be fair. I'm sure she got good entry into. Doesn't matter. She finished it. And she's also got a PhD. On a new outrage that has been perpetrated against her ethnicity and her culture. It's called, wait for it, skinny privilege. You don't want to listen to this, Sean. Skinny privilege. Dr. Jamie Lee Rahiri, Rahiri, was invited on this program, actually, to explain a story that got a great deal of currency from the mainstream media over the weekend. And she sent her PR person to tell us that she declined because she's not going to come on the platform. Quite happy to talk to all other media, including Radio New Zealand. Not happy to talk to the platform. So she got every opportunity to do so. So, dear, what's coming next is your own fault. Dr. Jamie Lee Rahiri. She has written a PhD in a piece on the impacts of weight loss bariatric surgery on whānau Māori. In fact, I think she got a PhD doing it. She interviewed 30-odd people. God, if they're going to give PhDs out for interviewing 30 people and then coming to some conclusions, dear Lord, they're throwing them out like confetti at the moment, aren't they? But then they are. She was talking about the stigmatisation faced by heavy New Zealanders, particularly Māori and Pākehā. And then she said, and this is my quote, a direct quote, it just affirms skinny privilege really in our society, amplified if you are brown, big and poor. She said the stigmatism was personal because she'd personally experienced weight problems in the past, quote unquote, as a wahine who has battled weight issues myself. So you got a psychological problem about it, you decided to turn into PhD, and then you decided to condemn everybody that was skinny. Okie dokie. Her mahi, as she describes it, is to improve equity and health across Aotearoa, and I'm not sure how she intends to do that, because she argues that people who are skinny are privileged. Now, I've got to be honest with you, Josh, as somebody who's 73 kilograms, watches what I eat, probably should watch more what I drink, really, but watches what I eat, exercises, oh God, how many times I'd exercise a week? 4 or 5? Yeah, but I mean, I try and get some exercise in. And has celiac disease, which is really something that I wouldn't wish upon any Jody, just quietly, because all food tastes dreadful. Can I just say to Dr. Jamie Lee Rahiri, so I'm privileged, am I? And people who actually look after their weight, who take some exercise, who would understand that there is a correlation generally between obesity and bad stuff happening health-wise, and so don't want that to happen, and stay generally within the BMI, the body mass index, we're privileged and we should feel apparently guilty for being so. We are inequitable in how we view the world. All I will say, and believe me, this woman's PhD, she was interviewed on the Hui and also Radio New Zealand, and is widely praised as a leading Maori health researcher and health policy maker. I don't know if she's anywhere near the Ministry of Health. Dear Lord, just about everybody else is, so why shouldn't she be? But there you go. And I thought to myself, so let me get this right. I just want to calculate this up. I'm privileged because I'm white, all right? So I was born white, so therefore I've automatically got privileged. I should feel ashamed of myself for balling with this privilege. 2, I'm educated. Dear Lord, it's starting to look really bad. And now 3, I'm skinny. Well, I'm not skinny. I'm sitting roughly in the middle of the BMI index. I'm normal. If I went back 25 or 50 years ago to the generations that preceded me, I don't think they'd see me as tubby, but then they certainly wouldn't see me as skinny either. But according to Jamie Lee Rahiri and all the other health researchers who are heading in her direction, we are privileged because we look after ourselves. If you have some regard for your body, if you don't want to be 150 kg, if you don't want to smoke, if you don't want to have fetal alcohol syndrome delivered to your children, apparently it's our fault because we are inherently privileged by our skinniness, whether it's genetic, whether it's the fact that we look after ourselves, we only eat decent food, we tend not to consume KFC on a regular basis, or alternatively, or sugary drinks on a regular basis, or energy drinks as they call them, which is exactly the opposite I would have thought, and because we exercise. Uh, you know, and now I'm made to feel as if I am somehow guilty for all those big brown poor people out there in New Zealand, and so is everybody else that is not. Because I suspect Dr. Jamie Laurahiri has been a fat woman in the past, possibly still is, and so she wants to blame somebody for that rather than her own diet and lack of exercise, presumably. Now written a PhD, and off we go. So can I just say to all the white people in New Zealand with a semi-education, like you left school with some form of qualification, and you are of normal status or BMI in this country, or just a little bit less, just be advised, you are privileged. You are privileged. And you shall feel guilty for the privilege that you have and be making it up to the big brown poor people for the rest of your life. Because, well, you're a bastard. Those are my thoughts this morning. What are yours?